19th of May 2024. I'm talking loud to be heard, folks. It's a beautiful day here in rural Ireland near Kingscourt. And I want to tell you about something that happened when I was a good deal younger than I am now. So I'm standing here looking eastwards or a little southeast, and I was just a little to my left there, a little bit over there, when I heard a sizzling noise. Now, some say there was a sonic boom, but do not recall any sonic boom at all. And I looked up and I saw a fireball, which I can best describe now from the trajectory of it, that it came in somewhere around north of Drogheda, perhaps Balbriggan. And it came on down and it almost certainly crossed over Cabra Castle, which would be in the townland of Cormy in East Cavan. And it travelled on across Cootill and it ended up in Bovedy in Derry, in County Derry. Now, when I saw it, it was still to my right, and I was struck by its colour. Its colour was a mix of yellow and blue and some red, and there was a fiery tail out of it. No doubt there was a slightly fiery tail. It was unbelievably long tail. The thing itself was about the size of a full moon or a little smaller to here. Now there's a jet plane flying over, we can do nothing about that. But it was about the size of a very high up full moon. And the tail was easily 20 times the diameter. It was a big, long tail. But the most striking thing about it was the sound. The sound was for all the world like if you had a very hot frying pan with grease on it or dripping or oil or whatever, and it was very hot, and you turned an egg on it, and you turned an egg down, a fried egg. When it hits the grease, you'd hear this extremely strong sizzling noise. It was extremely strong. It was so noticeable that I can remember it to this day. A huge sizzle, like a fizz, a real strong sizzle. As I say, I know nothing to describe it as well as if you had a big egg and you dropped it down on the frying pan, and immediately you get this sizzle and kind of a plop here and there and all of that. Now, it come on and it moved across here, and it was quite low because the sound probably was behind it, because it takes a while for the sound to come. But still, the sound wasn't far behind, which makes me think it was about a mile from where I am here, and that had put it passing over that Cabra Castle Hotel in Kingscourt and coming northwest. And as it went across, I could see it real bright there and not too high, like about that angle, and it went on. Now, unfortunately, the dwelling house and the lofts were in the way, and what I did was I ran up to the loft to look out the back door. Well, what I should have done was I should have just went this way, and I'd have got a view of where it went on across the hills away to the northwest. But I didn't, and once across the house, it was gone. I thought I could run round the house or go out through the loft and see it, but it was moving far faster than I realised. In any event, it was about 9 o'clock in the evening, or a little earlier, and I ran into the house, and my father was looking at the television, and Charles Mitchell, the news announcer, was on RTE1, and the news just come on, and before it did, I said to my father and mother, I'm after seeing a big ball of fire in the sky, and they told me I was raving. Not at all. How would you see that? I said it was that size. Not at all. That's nonsense. Didn't believe me at all. And the next thing, Charles Mitchell came on the radio and he says a huge fireball has been seen over Ireland. And he said the northeast of Ireland. And I said, now will you believe me? But they wouldn't give in. But anyway, they had to agree that happened. That was all I know. It went on and it landed in Bovedy in County Derry. And it hit an outhouse of an RUC, a police barracks, and it went through the coal shed. And one farmer saw it coming, and he really thought it was going to hit him. And it went over his head by only a few yards, and it crashed above, and he got it. And the next time I saw it was in the Natural History Museum in London, and it's made of iron, and it's now a part of it in the Ulster Museum in Belfast as well. And I think they have it filed off to make you see. It's iron with little blisters in it. I didn't get holding it. Well, that's the story anyway. I was one of the few people who saw it. If anyone else saw it, don't be afraid to comment underneath. But the striking thing about it is I heard no boom. I heard no sonic boom, but I did hear this unbelievable sizzling noise. I've seen plenty of falling stars. I never saw this sizzling as much as you could possibly imagine. And the orange, yellow and bluey stripes and greeny stripes coming flying out the back, and a kind of then a dusty trail after it where it was going through the air. That's what happened. Very unusual story. No harm to relate it for the channel. Comment underneath. I'll post you a link to it. Good luck.